Hey Capricorn, this is your love reading. This is for July the 8th to the 15th, 2018. Sorry that it's a little later than the others. Let's get started. Okay, Capricorn, I'm going to be naming each card in their position, then I'll do your reading for you. This is you now. This is the Ten of Wands. This is the overall theme. This is the Six of Pentacles. This is a lesson you've learned in the past that you were to keep in mind for this week. This is the Empress. This is what's challenging you. This is the Hierophant. This is a lesson you're learning now. This is the Ace of Swords. This gives me more information about your reading. This is the Seven of Cups. Okay, so Capricorn, at this time, you're carrying a heavy burden. The overall theme of your reading is the Six of Pentacles. This talks about giving, receiving, perhaps one person getting more than the other. It can also talk about someone having more and the other person not having so much. Some type of, could be an imbalance. It doesn't have to be a pentacle imbalance, but it talks about some type of imbalance. This is a lesson you've learned in the past that you were to keep in mind for this week. Now, this talks about many things, the Empress card. Wow, look at her colors. It's a beautiful card, beautiful. Okay, so the Empress talks about love, nurturing, spending time together. Can be fertility, some type of growth. So overall, it is a positive card, but it's talking about a lesson you've learned in the past having to do with maybe love, nurturing, or a particular woman you had in your life, and you're supposed to keep this in mind for this week. This is what's challenging you at this time, Capricorn. So this is telling me that at this time it is hard for you to keep some type of order. There's some type of expectation with some type of order or tradition, structure, some type of commitment or religious ties that's difficult for you to maintain at this time. This is happening right now, and this is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords talks about a truth. It could be spoken, it could have come out. It is a large truth that brings a new beginning. What could that be, Capricorn? This is more information about your reading, and this talks about dreaminess and being unrealistic. So let me look over your reading. Okay, at this time you're carrying a heavy burden, okay? And someone, probably you, was being unrealistic about someone. You may have had somebody in your life that you were giving money to, and maybe you didn't realize that they were like not actually in love with you. Could be something like that, because that's what it looks like. You're carrying a heavy burden. You were being unrealistic, and there's some type of imbalance now, some type of monetary imbalance. Giving them too much, because it's either giving too much or taking too much, and I don't think you were the one taking too much, otherwise you wouldn't have the heavy burden. Okay, and then so you learned in the past about growth and fertility. It could even be love of a particular woman. And you're supposed to remember this for this week as your lessons learned in the past. I don't really get that. What's challenging you, what's difficult for you at this time is to maintain some type of commitment or order or tradition. Could be a marriage, could be some type of contract. It's hard for you to keep that right now. You may have only been engaged, and maybe you just can't maintain it at this time. Maybe you want to, but you just can't. You know what this situation reminds me of, and I'm gonna start doing this now. If I'm looking at the cards and it reminds me of a particular situation, that I can like say it to help people get understanding of the reading when I say it. This reminds me of when, you know, when someone gets married for like papers or whatever. and then like the person just uses you for everything, and then like you realize that they don't love you, but the whole time you've been unrealistic and you've been thinking like, oh, you know, we're gonna be together, and then you find out like, no, they were just using you. That's what this reading reminds me of. So that's why the Hierophant would be there to tell you like, no, you can't keep him, you can't keep that marriage, you can't, because it wasn't real anyways. The Ace of Swords is talking about a truth coming out. So yeah, and it could be that moment where like the person's like, well, I don't want to be with you anyways, or like, well, I have this person, or you realize, it could just be a realization of truth too. So Capricorn, I won't keep you any longer. That's your love reading for July 8th to the 15th. My name is Odyssey. I'm so happy you could join me. If this reading resonates with you, please do give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done so, please do subscribe to my channel. I will have some more treats and goodies for you guys. And I love you guys so much. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.